Hello everybody, this is Cromsco018, and I'm going on ahead and making these. Even if I don't get the 10 likes, I'm going to go on ahead and make these so that way I can upload them tomorrow. That way I don't have to worry about recording anything, because if I can't sit down and record, then I can't get anything done, obviously. So if I have this done, I can still upload even if I can't actually record. Anyway, yeah, we're back to what's going on with the provisional test after that little filler episode, and yeah. Essentially, Grand Orca's posing as the villain for this test, and that's pretty darn terrifying. Anyway, yeah, Shindo, the guy I was telling, I couldn't remember what his name was until I was checking the video, and the guy's name is Shindo. Ugh. I hate how my face looks on camera sometimes. Anyway, yeah, he goes and tries to hold off the villains a little bit while everybody gets the, the injured to safety. And, it works for a second, but then Grand Orca gets right in the guy's face, which is very terrifying, because the guy looks really scary. And uses an ultrasonic wave to paralyze the guy. Which sucks. And then, before things get really bad, Todoroki and that wind guy show up. Yeah. Those two start canceling, start fighting Grand Orca, but they end up canceling each other's attacks out by Todoroki using his fire and him using his wind, and that kind of blows his fire out. And the two start arguing with each other, which is not smart, considering they're in a test right now and they're having to fight a villain. Yeah, and I'm sure that took out some points of theirs. And we actually find out that, I can't even remember what the guy's name is. When he was younger, he actually tried to ask Endeavor for an autograph because he was so, excited about meeting, Endeavor because he's the #2 hero. And Endeavor wasn't nice. He essentially slapped the autograph book out of his hand and told him to get lost. So, yeah, he hates Endeavor, just like Todoroki does, but when it came time for the, the test for the people who were recommended to, try and pass and get the UA, they had they were supposed to have a race, and he actually beat Todoroki just by a smidge. And, he goes over to congratulate Todoroki, saying, "Hey, you did so great, I can't believe I actually beat you," and blah, 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 and Todoroki, well, being how he was back then, before his whole issues with his father were starting to become fixed, yeah, is really cold towards him, no pun intended. And he essentially sees the same look on Todoroki's face that he saw on Endeavor's face, and, well, now he hates Todoroki because of that. Essentially, Todoroki is realizing that his actions have come back to haunt him, essentially. And, yeah, Todoroki ends up getting hit by the ultrasound wave too, and so does the other guy. I can't remember what everybody's names are. And I don't even know if we're ever going to see these characters again anytime in the near future because of Season 4. But, anyway, what else was it? Anyway, they both get hit by it, so they can't exactly fight very well, but they can fight, it's just not at their full potential, because, they're paralyzed, obviously. And they actually managed to combine their attacks into a freaking fire tornado that's surrounding Grand Orca, which is not good for Grand Orca, because he's essentially like an orca, and if his skin dries out, that's really bad for him. And, well, his henchmen come in and try, save him, aka his sidekicks. I assume that's cement? I don't know. But somehow Todoroki is actually able to do both his fire and his ice, because he uses his ice to protect himself from the attacks while he's still using his fire, which is amazing because so far in the show we have not seen him use both at the same time. So I'm assuming that up until this point he hasn't been able to use them both at the same time, which is a great milestone for him because he's, getting stronger and learning how to control both his powers at the same time. Anyway, while all this is going on, some of the others start showing up, like, we get to see what Sue's been working on. She's been learning how to turn herself invisible. Like, like camouflage, like a frog would. which is, well, nuts, considering we already have Invisible Girl. And Shindo recovers because apparently because of his vibrate quirk, he kind of has a bit of a... it doesn't work as well on him. It still paralyzes him, but it has like a shorter time frame to where it won't affect him, like with Midoriya and Stain's quirk, for example. Anyway, they start working on taking out Grand Orca, but sadly Grand Orca gets out of that fire tornado, having put water on himself, I think, to keep him from drying out. Which sucks, because essentially all that work was about for nothing. And Midoriya jumps in to try and, help them. He lands a hit on Grand Orca, but it was kind of blocked. But I think he made a crack in the armor or something. Or a crack in the guy's costume or whatever. And I think by this point, yeah, the test ends. And the bad thing is we don't even get to see the results. It gets on a cliffhanger again. And at this point, we still don't get another episode till like a week later. And that sucked. Because I wanted to see if Deku actually got his, license. And everybody's all eager to find out who got their license and who didn't. And, yeah. Excuse me. Anyway, that was my thoughts on the episode. I actually liked the little bit of character development we got between those two because, well, I know that the guy still hates him. But at least Todoroki knows why. At least I assume he knows, because we saw it in flashbacks, but I don't know if he actually told Todoroki all this. I assume he did because he kept Todoroki actually thought, is my choices coming back to haunt me or something along those lines. And so yeah, I assume he mentioned something about it. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen the episode. But yeah, I'm glad about the character development for not only those two, but for Todoroki with his, his quirk. Because, like I said before, as far as I know, we had not seen him use both his fire and his eyes at the same time. We've only seen him use one or the other. But that's good, because hopefully he can develop this more as time goes on. I hate how my face looks in this dang camera. It makes it look a lot fatter than it does. I've got to try and lose some weight. It's hard though, considering the food I get on break, or I can get on break at the when I go on break on the Dollar General, it doesn't really have healthy food, because we don't have like a Dollar General market here. Some places do, but not ours. So I'm kind of limited on what I can eat. And sometimes I get an hour break, and I just sometimes I eat something that's semi-healthy because it has vegetables in it, like. One of the things I would get is like those frozen Chinese meals, like the chicken fried rice. I would get that and heat it up in the microwave in the break room and eat that. And possibly have a little bag of Smart Food popcorn to go with it, and I think a chocolate milk. That's kind of okay. But usually I would have something sweet to go along with it, which doesn't really help with my weight gain. But I am trying, and also all the stuff I do with stocking should help, at least build muscle. But anyway, enough about that. Yeah, that was my thoughts on episode 21. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And hopefully we got the 10 likes, because like I said, I'm doing this whether we get them or not. Anyway, I will see you all next time.